In this video, we're going to cover sum and difference formulas for cosine and sines by using a triangle. So for sine of s, where s is in the first quadrant, right? It's in between 0 and pi over 2. So we're going to draw a triangle S, and we know that 3 represents opposite and 5 represents hypotenuse. So I'm going to put 5 there, and opposite will be 3. And since this is 3, 4, 5 triangle, I know that my adjacent will be 4. So we know that sine S is already given, which is equal to 3 over 5. However, by looking at this, cosine S is equal to 4 over 5, right, using SOHCAHTOA. Now let's look at sine of t. It's in the third quadrant because t is in between pi and 3 pi over 2. So using SOHCAHTOA, opposite is a -1. And hypotenuse is 2. And you can use a Pythagorean in order to find the adjacent. So if I use the Pythagorean theorem, will be adjacent square plus -1 square equal hypotenuse square. So adjacent square is equal to 4 minus 1, which is adjacent equal radical 3. So by looking at this, we know that sine of t is equal to -1/2. That's already given. Cosine of t is equal to, but it's in the negative x-axis, so I'm going to use a negative radical 3 for my adjacent, and hypotenuse is always positive, so it will be negative radical 3 over 2. And the question is asking to compute cosine as minus t. So we can say that we can use a cosine AB from our box. And let me set it up. Cosine S, cosine t plus sine S, sine t. That's what we're going to use in order to compute our example. So cosine S is 4 over 5. Cosine t is negative radical 3 over 2. Sine of S is 3 over 5. And sine of t is equal to -1/2. So when you multiply them out, we get -4 radical 3 over 10 minus 3 over 10. And you can make it as a -4 radical 3 minus 3 over 10. Or you can also factor negative out and write it as 4 radical 3 plus 3 over 10. Okay, you can use any one of these answers for this particular question.